Good evening. Happy Hump Day. This is Phoenix, the College Success Professor, here to talk to you today about what happened last week during the book talk discussion that we had on the book Path to Purpose. And I just wanted to, I'm not going to share the recording of the talk, in part because there was a lot of candid, honest conversations from parents about some of the challenges, some of the situations that they are working through. And it was really helpful for me to hear from the parent perspective. And hopefully, the parents were able to enjoy talking to each other and sharing perspectives with each other and learning from each other. We didn't even get into all of the information in the book, and the discussion lasted for over an hour. So that leads me to think that this is something that we want to continue to do. I'm not sure if we'll do it once a semester or once a month. We'll see what the interest is, but it's a great opportunity to expand the online community into a virtual talking, having dialogue about all of the different things that are a part of parenting young adults, parenting teens going to college, parenting young adults in college, parenting young adults graduating from college. So, in addition to the focus of the session, which was parenting for purpose, we got into so many other topics, which I was so happy to talk about. We talked about not only helping students to find their purpose, but helping students to find a focus with regard to having a lot of different interests. Also, another term is being a multi potentialite, or having a lot of potential to be interested in a bunch of different things, and how to help students narrow that focus and figuring out how to not only go on the path to understanding and getting clear on which purpose is, but how realizing that purpose could lead you into um, one career path, immediately after you have graduated, and then possibly can transition you to other directions later in life. So, talking about that, talking about the financial value of a degree, depending on the major, talking about students transferring schools. There were parents who were in the discussion who were also pursuing a degree at the same time as their children, the impact of COVID for students who were in maybe their senior year or still in high school, and having that virtual experience, and the impact, not only academically but possibly mentally, different parenting styles. So there were so many things that came out as a result of that discussion, that I have like a list of different topics that I can cover in the future. But what I wanted to talk about today in particular was the idea of why it's important to have this type of opportunity or tool as coach for our young adults as we're parenting them through college. Um, this may not be a common issue for you and your students, but one of the things that we talked about, and it's wonderful in my job that I get to actually see the actual student perspective as an administrator, see the actual parent perspective in my work in this community. But one of the challenges that we were talking about at my university is the 8 a.m. class conundrum. So, as we know, once a young adult is in college, they get to pick their own schedule and they can decide whether they're going to class or not. So, at my university, we're at week 3 of the semester, and there are already some students who, because of the 8 a.m. class, not having the discipline or the ability to get up for those 8 a.m. classes, they're already throwing in the towel. We've already passed the add drop period where you can change classes, and they're not able to get into, the other classes, the 9 a.m., the 10 a.m., the other classes are fine. But the 8 a.m. classes, where at week 3, maybe they've been to just 1 or 2 classes and they're worried about what impact that's going to have for them for the rest of the semester. So I was just actually talking to my son about this very thing. Because different kids have different challenges. Like my kid has challenges with sleep. Many people do have challenges with sleep. So sometimes he's harder to wake up than other times. So I told him one of the things that we need to start working on is how he's going to get himself up when he goes to high school, because I want him to have developed that skill and that ability way before he needs to figure out how to do that for himself in college. Because obviously it's easy for me to say, all right, it's time for you to get up. But him to be able to do that for himself is going to be important. So with skills like that I'm hoping to bring awareness to. So as small as that and as big as being able to make a decision and commit when you have a lot of different interests into one specific major, and then plotting out how that is going to lead you to your ultimate goal of, realizing your purpose or understanding what impact or who you're going to serve in the future. So those are just small little things and what the purpose of this group is. So I'm going to put a poll. Oh, and for those of you who are not in my Coaching Your Child Through College group, I definitely encourage you to join us. I'll put a link somewhere in the video at some point. But it's a great opportunity for you to learn from me, learn from other parents. We also, another good thing that came up in that discussion was the idea of focusing on strengths. There are a lot of tools and resources out there to help young people get more aware, self-aware about what their strengths are, what their interests are, and how that can relate into a future career path, and how that can help them to through the path of figuring out their purpose. So that was another thing that maybe a future book talk about, because there are a bunch of different books and a bunch of different experts in the community talking about strengths. So that was another thing. But the main goal for me is to better understand what the different challenges and obstacles that parents want to have knowledge of, awareness of, and ability to talk about with their children. Because another thing that came up is that when young people are high achievers or are have been really successful academically in high school and even in college, they think they know everything. And unfortunately, especially in college, it's a completely different environment, a completely different structure and setup. They don't know what they don't know. So that overconfidence with regard to, I know everything, I don't need a mentor, I don't need an advisor, I don't need anyone to tell me what to do, can be a detriment in many ways. And having that open mind and curiosity is something that we want to cultivate, and helping our children. Because also another thing that came up is that maybe some of the services or the advising or the things that are available in college are not as some is not, they're not just readily available for all students. Sometimes you have to advocate for yourself, sometimes you have to communicate and go through different channels to find out the different opportunities that are available. So there are a bunch of these hidden things that are not obvious with regard to pursuing your degree, and it's a great opportunity for us as parents to coach our children to be able to navigate these different things that come up when you're in college. So like I said, I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to just give a quick overview. There was so much information, like I said, in that one thing that we did last week. So I'm going to put a poll in the group asking what is the possible next topic that we want to cover in a future virtual Zoom meeting get together. How often we want to have those, and good topics that we want to have. So like I said, it was a great opportunity. It was very raw, I should say, the discussion that we had. So I can't even put it up if I wanted to, but I think it was a lot of personal information there. So I decided not to put it up. But if you would like to join us for the next time, give us a thumbs up or heart, and definitely DM me if you have specific questions regarding purpose. We did not, like I said, get into like all of the different points that were made in that. So I may do a future webinar or something of that effect with regard to the information that was presented in the book. If there are other books that are of interest, I know the strengths was a great big topic that we had under discussion, so that may be a future one. But if there are other topics that you think would be good for us to talk about, that would be great. If you are, like I said, we were talking about a whole spectrum of different things, so it's hard to figure out how to focus. Hi, Alan. Um, Thanks for watching. If you do have a question, definitely put that in the chat. But there are so many different spectrum. We had students who were still in high school and a student who was graduating from college. We were talking about all that range and all of the different challenges and questions and concerns and situations that parents had as a result of being in that, as well as the impact of COVID on all of that. So it was a lot in there, too much to get into in this one session. But like I said, I'll probably be pulling out bits and pieces and questions that were asked during that session to share with you all. But if you have a specific topic that you wanted me to talk about, let me know. And I just wanted a quick debrief. I was on for 10 minutes already, so I didn't even mean to be on for that long, but I just wanted to have an opportunity to thank those of you who participated. We have about 4 parents, and I think maybe 4 or 5 would be a good number of parents because everybody got to share, everybody got to contribute to each other. And like I said, it wasn't just me sharing information. Other parents who have had, you know, even if you've had a child go through college, that was one of the points. Like every child is unique and different, and all children have different strengths and interests. Not everyone goes to the same institution. So everyone's higher ed journey is going to be unique and different. And any support and guidance and information that we can get along the way to help us, to help our children are going to be important for us. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I am going to sign off for today. And I hope that you all, if you're not a member, I can give you the bit.ly real quick to join the college coaching your child through college community. It's bit.ly/purpose.edu, PURPOSC.edu. Join the community, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.